Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now I'd like to apologise for not uploading a video in over a year, and that is due to college and all GCSEs, so that is the reason for not uploading a video in a year, as I was working on my GCSEs and getting the grades that I need for my career. So with the explanation on why no videos have been uploaded since, we shall get into today's video, and it's just going to be an overview of the layout and what will be changing in the coming weeks and the coming months. So I'd like to start by telling you that instead of me going to be just doing an upload of new locomotives and just explaining that this is my new loco, and instead of doing that, I signed up to a Instagram. I signed into Instagram and created a new page called Liam's Engage. So if you go into Instagram and search Liam's Engage, there is the profile there of all the latest repaints, and new repaints get uploaded every 3 to 4 weeks, depending on what locos I've managed to purchase and respray into current liveries. So instead of me doing videos on just new trains, instead just they'll be on Instagram instead of me doing videos on new repaints. So basically the YouTube is going to just be about the layout, no repaints or anything, not mentioning any new trains. Any new trains from now will all be on Instagram. So with that aside, let's get on to what's going to be happening with the layout. So we're just looking at Camberwell station here, and in the picture here you can see the two gantries that are at Camberwell station, and these gantries here, these two here, they are going to be getting rid of, and I'm going to have more modernised stanchions of what real stanchions look like on the main line. And I'll just get you one of the 3D printed stanchions that were made for me by SR 3D Designs, which is on eBay, if you want to go check them out on eBay. So these stanchions will be replacing some of the stanchions that are on the layout. But the two stanchions that will be at Northwest Station, I'll be having some other designed stanchions and have them on the station as well. So I'll get round to that in a few moments. So this stanchion here, these will be replacing these stanchions, which, just for prototypical, you can see that they look more realistic than the ones that are currently there. So with these, they're just in the resin colour of 3D printing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be spraying them silver like the real ones when they get placed on the railway. So they'll be sprayed silver and maybe just a bit of weathering. Maybe I'll decide whether they'll be weathered or not. But the restraining arms that are on the stanchions at the moment, I will completely take those off as best I can without destroying them, and putting them on these stanchions. So that's something that's going to be changing on the layout, is some new stanchions. And while we're at Camberwell Station, we're overlooking Camberwell Maintenance Depot, GB Rail Freight. Now, the depot itself is not in the best condition, and what I'm going to be doing is taking up all the track and redoing it, and probably taking some of these stanchions off as well, because not really any electric trains come into this depot. It's mainly all diesel traction that come into this depot, so these stanchions will be taken out. And yeah, mainly the depot with all the track, that'll all be taken up and redone, and probably some redoing the ballast as well. Moving on, this bridge is not in its best state either. What I think I'm going to do is ask SR3D Designs if he can, or she, I'm not sure, if she or he can make a more realistic looking bridge that might look a bit different to this, a bit more modernised, but I'll have to ask and see what they come up with. But I know it wasn't the best road bridge. It was mainly just a quick job to just get a basic road bridge, but I'll try and see what they come up with, if they can create me one or not. If not, I'll have to look around and see what other eBay people can create N-gauge road bridges. Moving on, here it's going to be redesigned. Going to be put in a better piece of brick paper on here. Not any of this naff stuff around here. Make it all nice and neat and tidy. Probably some fencing around here as well. Moving on, the roads, they'll be getting like a tarmac card from Metcalfe. That'll all be stuck down and make it look more realistic, and the same with all the rest of the layout. The hotel building, I've managed to get a more realistic looking building that looks like a hotel, so that'll be coming into this area in the coming weeks when I start doing the changes on the layout. So we're going to move on. What next? I think majority of the roads on here will be replaced. We'll be getting card roads from Metcalfe. At the McDonald's area, that's going to be like sort of changed and getting like the more realistic road surface and probably some fencing around there as well. And another thing that I forgot to mention is you may wonder what these two pencil marks are just here. Now, those markings are for this gantry here, which has got a signal on it, which is also from SR 3D Designs. So I had them making these signals, which will be replacing the current signals that are on the layout, because these signals originally were 00 gauge signals, but I just converted them to try and make them look N scale, but I don't think it worked very well. So I've got some more of these signals here. I think I've got about 10 in total, which will be designated on the layout. And this gantry will be obviously painted up, looking like a more modernised signal. And also the black marks that you can see are for where the signals will be positioned on the gantry. To move on, and here in this area, you may well remember there was 3 cottages in this area, but I took that off and I got these card kit houses off eBay. I think they were a site called 3D Plus, I think, on eBay. So I got another one of those on the workbench, which I'm currently making, or gluing and then making. And some other bits here, these are fencing, which will be going at the back of the houses. You may well wonder what these are, but it's only for this N-gauge coach, so the details that would be going on the top of the coach, which are in these, which is in this bag. But I won't make a video on that, I'll just do that separately. And some other changes on the layout, so it'll all be properly done with road markings, which will be probably a next year job, as I want to mainly start getting work done on the layout. So yeah, I think I'll just leave you with the next clip, which will be a running shot. Before I do the running shot, I just want to mention that the stations, they'll also be redone. Get some like proper realistic looking platform edges, and get like some lights on the station, get some like proper signs, because at the moment they're just like printed off labels off the internet. So I just like created these on the computer and printed them off. I know they're not I don't think these look more realistic, but I've got some printed sheets of like realistic signs, which I will just get. So these sheets here, which were created on an eBay site who does N-gauge and 00 gauge station signs. So I had these printed, so these will be going at Camberwell Station and Northwest Station. Some of the signs on there as well. don't look realistic. So some of them will be, in fact all of them will be replaced with proper signs. And okay, so I'll just leave you with that running shot. These two DB Cargo 67s departing to Toten for maintenance. So that's going to do it for this update. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again in the next one.